Hello everyone and welcome back to Wildfire Earth. My name is Bradley. Today we're going to be doing a reading and channeling for the 3-3 to 4-4 activation portal. I'm really excited to bring this information to you guys, and we're going to be using some special decks just for today's reading. We're going to be using the Cosmic Dancer Oracle for the energies that are coming in by Sedona Soulfire and Tess Whitehurst. We'll also be using the Everyday Witch Tarot to kind of look at how these energies are playing out in your life. And we'll also be using my own oracle, Nature's True Oracle, by myself and the artist Gustavo Alba. I'm really excited for these energies in March because, you know, I am a Leo, so the March energies always come roaring in like a lion and out like a lamb. So it's always been really fun for me as a Leo. These energies are really playful, exciting, and they're also very assertive. They're very commanding. They are asking you to hear them and listen and understand their messages. So let's dive into the channeling portion before we get into your reading. Enjoy! Also, don't forget that you can subscribe to my Patreon for only $5 a month. If you are interested in your own personal zodiac readings, I do readings for your rising, your sun, and your moon. So you get 3 readings for the price of basically 1. And you also get special content. This month we're going to be working through Ancestral Tarot by Nancy Hendrickson. I just purchased it and I'm working through like the first chapter, and my mind has been blown away. So we'll be doing some personal readings on there. I'll be teaching you how with this book, we'll be working through it and doing the workbook on Patreon together. So I'm really excited to be working with everyone on that, and thank you all so much for your love and support. When I sat down to channel the 3-3 portals, I saw a fractal. It radiated with light from the center. We are being reminded to shine our light. We are closing down old timelines and calling back our power. Downloads accelerate. You'll be like a human lie detector. Energies are good for creation, birth, new ideas, and discovering your genius. Shine bright, dear embers. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to your 3-3 to 4-4 portal energies. We're going to start with Nature's True Oracle by myself and the artist Gustavo Alba, and then we will be using the Nature's True Oracle to look at the seen and the unseen energies and potentials coming in through this portal. We'll then jump into the tarot to see how that is playing out in your life, and then we will move to the Cosmic Dancer Oracle to look into how we can integrate and carefully almost marry or almost dance with these energies in a joyful and abundant way so that we can have success and abundance and clarity throughout March, leading into April's 4-4 portal, which we'll do another video then. All right, so let's dive into and see what the cards have to say. Like I said, we're going to start with Nature's True Oracle, looking at the seen and the unseen energies. I'm going to draw about 4 cards for that to really dive in and, you know, clarify. Okay, so let's split this here. All right, so the first card coming out is Magus Energies 25, simplifying down to 7 in numerology for my followers of numerology. 7 is the number of divinity. 7 is the number of the universe, pretty much. So we have 7 days a week. All those good energies flowing through there in 7. Next, we have 41, Cosmic Butterfly. 41 simplifies down to a 5, which can come with some challenges. So we have magic and challenges, okay? But I also want to note that both of these cards, when we look at them together, have a very similar aesthetic, right? They kind of remind me of butterflies or moths, right? This kind of looks like an insect here, or like maybe a walking stick. And this reminds me of a butterfly for sure. Maybe this one's more moth-like with those antennas like that, and butterflies. So you may be having energies of, like we touched on in the channel, of birth, of coming into your own, of becoming, right? These are those butterfly energies of finally coming out of the stage of a caterpillar and understanding who you are, your purpose, and your true calling in this incarnation. So especially with past lives energies coming through, this is really showing you the metamorphosis and all of those different elements that went through all of your lives, the patterns in that, helping you understand what you're working on in this personal life. And it actually gives you a lot of freedom to work on your past lives. You know, instead of getting attached to what happened to them, understanding that they happened and it was for your highest good. And it was allowing you to evolve. It was all a part of your soul's journey. It was all a part of the evolution. And it was all a part of this galactic shift that we are now presently living in, where we have almost a nonlinear approach because of quantum physics and quantum mechanics. We understand that present, past, and future can all be happening simultaneously. And in fact, they are. So let's draw some cards for clarifying here. We have the Acolyte. Okay, so there's a need for study. There's a need for committing to your path. And 22, right? This is a master number. Does not get reduced down to 4. 22 stays 22. 22 is mastery of self and relationships, especially intimate relationships or business relationships. So you may be having a big emphasis on partnership in March, or finding your soulmate if you are into that school of thought, working towards becoming the best person you can become, right? Because we have the maggot. That's wrong. Okay, so the maggot coming out is interesting. As a shaman, I always think animals come in whenever they need to be addressed. So if I was saying maggot instead of magus, I know some of you that turns your stomach, but maggots are actually very essential. Remember, upon death, right? Because in some tarot decks, the death card is actually represented by a butterfly coming out, but many other animals don't have that metamorphosis, that evolution. Upon death, you know, we deteriorate, and we go back to our composite parts. We break down to those elements, right? And maggots are essential in helping dead flesh do that, and even, you know, breaking down organic matter. So with that coming through, I'm definitely getting this challenge of the cosmic butterfly is the challenge of breaking down, letting go of your fear of perhaps people coming into your life, or instances or lessons or experiences that are breaking you down so that you can become better, right? And it asks you, this card, the Acolyte here, asks you to be tenacious in your pursuit of knowledge and in your pursuit of wisdom. And that comes with moments of breaking preconceived notions, breaking through what you thought you knew, right? And allowing yourself to grow, breaking through soil, right? Those insects like grubs, maggots, worms, all those things that people hate are actually essential to keeping this world fertile and tearing away the dead, right? Taking away the dead, the diseased, and what doesn't belong here anymore, and making room for the new, right? That's what they do. They leave fertile ground behind. They break down things that are no longer serving this reality and allow it to be fertile ground for something to grow. Okay, that was really interesting. And now we have solitude, okay? So there's a lot happening internally in March. You might not see very much happening on the exterior for others, or maybe even for yourself, but your internal world is where it gets really vivid, because the Magus teaches you internally. Learning true magic and understanding your power and what you bring to the table, right, is something that is very internal. I don't care who you are, you can sit down in a class with 15 people, and sometimes only one of them truly understands it, truly gets it, and starts working with it. People might understand it in theory, but they don't internalize it, right? So these energies are asking you to be a good student of what is happening to you in March, and allowing you to integrate those lessons so that you can use them with wisdom, okay? Integrate the lessons. Try not to fight them. Nowhere in here does it say to flee. Instead, it says to remain tenacious, to allow yourself to go through metamorphosis, allow yourself to change, study, 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 because commitment is here under Acolyte, and also Acolyte is a student of art or a mastery or an apprenticeship. It's like a level up from novice. So you know some stuff, but you don't know the full picture yet. So you're in need of study and mastering before you can flourish. Okay, because I really see that we're going from the Magus here, which is, if you look in the tarot, is Major Arcana 1, the Magician, moving into the energies of the Cosmic Butterfly or Temperance. So you're moving into soul alchemy. You're allowing yourself to shift and change. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Mourner, Transition, Heartbreak, and Resilience. Now, I believe the reason this is coming in with the 32 also challenges over here, again, with 41, the Cosmic Butterfly, remember? But this Mourner is asking you to remember your past, to integrate it, to heal it fully, to understand that it was life lessons, life experience that your soul wanted to understand, and to fill the past with your, allow your heart to be full with moments and memories and lessons. And that allows you to expand, right? It allows your heart to open up and expand. That's absolutely beautiful coming through there. So let's jump into the tarot to see what aspects of your life this is actually affecting deeply. It could be on a personal level. It could be, which I'm kind of leaning towards, since it's asking for solitude and study. So this is definitely very personal, but we'll just see what the tarot has to say. It could be as far as your relationships, like your close relationships, friends, family. But I also see it could be involving people with your work, maybe people you volunteer with, or a job coming together, finally coming together. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to do this all in frame. I haven't quite found the perfect camera angle for this, but look, we have the Wheel of Fortune coming out first. Wheel of Fortune, and look, the home is emphasized here. She hasn't spun the Wheel of Fortune yet in this specific deck in Everyday Tarot, but I also see the cat is playing with dice as well. So some of you are in need of casting lots, divination, and understanding that the energies that are flowing are going to impact your home the most in this March 3/3 portal. Next, we have the Empress coming through. So look, there is, I believe I said birth. Then we had Cosmic Butterfly. So for some of you watching, congratulations, you are definitely pregnant. It's not surprising to you, or for others, this is just fertility, abundance coming through. But with the Empress and Cosmic Butterfly coming through, there definitely are some viewers that are expecting or will be giving birth through the month of March, or maybe find out that you will be expecting. So congratulations for that. And then this Empress is also understanding your own abundance and how much of a part you play in your own success, in your own goal forming, and in your own fruition, right? Allowing, nurturing the seeds that you plant enough for them to come to fruition. That takes patience, that takes gentleness, that takes time. And so these energies, these lessons that we're working on, you might have been working on your personal relationship a lot and really doing some shadow work here. Understanding maybe how in the past you have caused issues in your own relationships, and you're beginning to understand those patterns. I'm also seeing here, for some of you, this means that there is a new love coming through that will be abundant, that will lead to that happily ever after for you of, getting married, having children, living your dream. And then for a few of you, I am actually seeing you putting the crown on, okay? Putting the crown on and taking your own life into your own hands. Perhaps beginning a business, transforming from, an employee or just an acolyte into the boss itself, right? To the manager and to the person who owns the business. And I'm also seeing apples, okay? So some of us are in need of some self-care. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? And I can't help but notice that there is red in both of these women's garments. So remember to ground. Remember to integrate these energies into the earth. Try not to reject the messages that are coming up. Allow them to flow through you. Allow the emotions to flow through freely. Acknowledge them and accept them as your own. Accept them as the way the collective is feeling, the way you are feeling at that moment, and honor it. Honor how you are feeling throughout this 3-3 portal gateway. Yeah. So those are the messages that are coming through from the Empress. And then lastly, we have the Queen of Wands, another woman in a red dress. Okay, and I can't help but point out that we have two dragons showing up here. There's a dragon in my Solitude card there, and there's also a dragon here. Okay, so for some of you, this... Oh, whoop. I switched those out. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, for some of you here, yeah, look at that. 3 red women in red dresses. Curious, yes. But this is just emphasizing, and I think the cards want to confirm that and affirm what I was saying, is that it's essential to stay grounded throughout March. The energies are intense. Like I said, they come in roaring like a lion and out like a lamb. So it is very important for you to remain steadfast, to remind yourself who you are, okay? What your mission is, what you're here to do. Are you here to spread light? Are you here to be a leader? Are you here to speak your truth? Are you here to be kind? Are you here to be generous? Are you here to show people how it is done by an example? Don't let, here with the Queen of Wands, don't let the naysayers tear you down. Haters gonna hate, guys. So, but on this one, she is sitting on her dragon. She has overcome her fears. She has overcome the naysayers and the doubters. She's even overcome her own self-doubt, because this dragon is orange, and I'm seeing that as the sacral chakra energy. She has overcome her own self-doubt and allowed it to flow into the universe, and thus found her inspiration, found her creativity. Okay? And then with the flower falling here, I'm being reminded that we're going to put a challenge card across this. And here is the challenge, the 3 of Swords. So for a lot of us healers, light workers, we tend to have bleeding hearts, you guys. We tend to start something and it never gets finished. Or we pull away when it gets dark, when it gets hard, whenever it gets difficult. Or we even get betrayed because our kindness is taken advantage of. And so that is a challenge for you to overcome in March, is that, right? Remember not to listen to the doubts of people that are not in your position, to own your power. Cultivate more of the Empress energy instead of playing the victim. Because with the 3 of Swords, it is a card of betrayal. It is a card of, hurting even your heart. But it's more so a betrayal of your mind. More so a betrayal of your mind, right? Because it tears you down and it begins that cycle of negative self-talk, of limiting beliefs that I can't ever go far enough because I don't have ... Or I will never succeed in life if I do not have a boyfriend, girlfriend, etc., husband, wife, or even a child, okay? So for some of you, this message is coming through for me There might be one person out there that this message is for, but I am seeing, since this is challenging the Empress fertility, for some of you, you might not be ready for that commitment of having a child. And you may experience a miscarriage, okay? Or you may have experienced miscarriages in the past. And this is holding you back from this abundance here. I know this is a very delicate subject and it's very hard to talk to people about, especially when this is a general reading. But for that one person out there listening, that this part of the reading is for you, I just want to wrap my arms around you and hold you and love you and tell you that everything is going to be okay. All right? It was just not their time. It wasn't your time. There's no guilt. There's no shame on either side, okay? And you are whole as the woman that you are, okay? You are whole. One day you will be a mother. One day you will have everything you desire, okay? But it's just not time right now because you're still working through these lessons and these issues. And you made a soul contract with this soul that is wanting to come as your child. Perhaps you dream about them. I'm hearing you can smell them sometimes coming through. Trust in that. It's just showing you that they're saying, I haven't gone anywhere. I will wait for the next time that all the timing is right, to come through. I'm not going to give up on you, and you're not going to give up on me. Okay? So don't give up on one another. So thank you for allowing me to bring that message through for that one individual who is feeling these energies or perhaps grieving those. And I would also like to ask for anyone else who is listening to lift these energies up and send healing and comfort to this individual as a collective, as a tribe here, because we are family. And when one of us grieves, all of us grieve. Okay? And her lessons are our lessons, right? And this message goes for all of us too. If you are still stuck on this challenge, keep going, okay? More study is needed. More time for mastery is needed. You're still in the transition to becoming the butterfly, right? You don't have to be perfect. No one is asking you to be perfect right now. They're just asking you to follow the path, to allow your heart to heal from this betrayal perhaps, to allow your mind to stop self-sabotaging, and to believe in yourself again. This is what March is all about, is taking those hard lessons that you're not ready to swallow quite yet and working through them, powering through them, and saying, I know there's light at the end of this tunnel. I know this is tough, but I must see it through because I have been promised. You have been promised this abundance. It is your birthright. And you are just working through stages and taking the steps to get there, to achievement. Do not fall victim into looking at others and thinking that you have to do exactly as they do, that you have to follow their path, that you have to compare yourself to their successes or to their progress, because that is simply not the case. Your progress is your own, and it takes time to do what you're doing, okay? Especially on your own individual journey. I have some light language to share. I was going to share this at the end of the video, but I think we went really deep there for a second. And I just want to share this light language here for you all. This is Kutuliai Seoria Koranai. Allow those words to wash over you. Allow the healing activation to come through. And it is so beautiful. That was a message that came through for me
while I was actually painting my nails. It channeled on my nails, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. Didn't think I would channel light language whenever I was just painting my nails, but it did. And it was a beautiful message of to be proud of yourself and to love yourself, beloved one. That's the message that came through. You are loved. Even in your pain, you are loved. So now we're going to jump into the Cosmic Dancer Oracle to see how we can better dance with these energies instead of fighting against them. Because, right, that's the Three of Swords energy of fighting against it, being cynical, thinking that it's always going to fail or I'm not good enough, right? Well, this deck here is going to show us exactly that we are good enough and give us 3 steps that we can do like a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? 3 easy steps to follow to help us transition from the Magus to the Cosmic Butterfly. That shuffle didn't quite go as it should have, so there we go. That's the last shuffle, and then we'll cut the deck and look at our 3 beautiful steps to take in this glorious cosmic dance that we are a part of. All right, so the first one that's coming through is calling me out. Allow yourself to make mistakes. I don't know about you, but I am a perfectionist and I don't like to do anything unless I know it's going to go well. And I was struggling with that today on the videos. I'm struggling with a little bit of a theme to do on the Patreon for the March Zodiac readings. So I've been kind of putting it off, and I was like, let's do this video. And then I was frustrated myself because I was off on my timing, and it's been, it's like March 3rd now. And I'm like, these videos should already be out. And then I remember that February is short a few days. So I was like, it's just those 2 days. It'll be fine. We'll catch up. I'll catch up on those energies, right? I've got to stop that negative self-talk and step into my abundance, right? Step into that abundance, allow myself to be cared for, allow myself to be held by the universe, and allow myself to learn through honoring the process of making my mistakes. Here we go. Cosmic Butterfly coming in again. That is just insane that we're having 2 cosmic butterflies coming in here. So she is coming in to help you remember who you are, to honor your process as just as special, just as unique, just as significant as everyone else's, right? Comparison is the stealer of joy. And those plants are the same plants that are there in the Empress. Let's look at that real quick. So your abundance is just as important as everybody else's. This is the Empress card in her, bringing magic, right? Here she's bringing abundance and prosperity. There's those sparkles right there. They're even in there. And they're flowing into this energy here. So you need to honor yourself. Honor who you are. Dance for yourself, right? Put on some gorgeous music. Put on something that makes your hips move. And just dance to feel the blessing of dancing, right? So that's honoring that process and honoring your mistakes, even celebrating your mistakes, right? And then lastly, commitment. So you made mistakes, you're honoring that process, and then you're again committing. This is kind of like the Acolyte card that we pulled out. You're being tenacious enough to know that you have been promised a certain path, a certain outcome, and you have a goal, and you're working toward that regardless of the mistakes that you make. You're honoring the process and realizing that in this journey of life, we all make mistakes. But the people that are successful don't quit. They don't stop. They keep going. They keep working on that goal. They keep working towards it. And perhaps this is all the reading needs to be done for some of you. It's just realizing it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to put yourself out there and make yourself look like a fool. And knowing within your heart that that is part of the process of gaining experience, and then staying committed with the path and keep going. Okay? Keep studying, keep going, keep moving forward. Now, I'm just going to shuffle this one more time on the Cosmic Dancer Oracle, and we're going to get a final word of wisdom from this Cosmic Oracle. And then I will let you go. Enjoy your March energies. Maybe get out in some sunshine, get out, take a walk. Okay, so here's an answer for us. Improvise. Right? Diversity and adversity are the mother of innovation and invention. So allow your mistakes to bring you into improvisation. Allow the connections to move you forward. Allow your mistakes to be guideposts on how not to do something. You know, you're learning your parameters. You're learning which way you can move and which way you can go. So this is an excellent, excellent advice. It is also the number 4, collaborate. Collaboration, collaborate with others. Listen to inspiration, and I'm being told to draw one message of inspiration from the Daily Healing Cards for Awakening Your Best Self by Ina Segal. So we're going to jump into these cards real quick. Oh, there it is. And look, okay, so we've had so much abundance coming out, but Spirit wants to remind you that right now you may feel as though you're walking through the desert and you haven't quite found this oasis yet. You haven't quite found it, right? Maybe you're still stuck in that 3 of Swords energy, worrying over your challenges. I just knocked everything over. Worrying about your challenges. And you don't have any ideas for improvisation. You don't have any ideas to move forward. Well, this is Spirit's guidance. Always look for the good, even in the most difficult situations. So what it's telling me right now is no matter what is happening in your life, look for the helpers, look for the good, look for the joy, look for the lessons. Where are you learning? How are you experiencing something good, even in tragedy, even in pain, even in failure, even when you make mistakes? Look for the good. Your mindset is the key. Committing to a positive mindset and committing to the idea that you will do this regardless of what anyone says, come hell or high water type of strength for March. Right now, it may be roaring in like a lion for you, but I promise if you continue to commit, continue to grow and honor your process and always look for the good, you will come out like a lamb. It will all settle down. It will all come together and you will have peace. Beautiful, abundant peace. I want to thank you all for allowing me to do a reading for you for this 3-3 to 4-4 portal. And I hope that you'll join us on Patreon for your zodiac readings for your sun, moon, and rising, and also join us on Patreon for we will be going through the Ancestral Tarot by Nancy Hendrickson. We're going to be working on the exercises there, and I am looking forward to sharing that with our Patreons. They are called the Ember Squad, so those are my embers, and I hope you all are able to shine bright. May you travel lightly, may your pockets always be full, and may the road rise to meet you. Many blessings.